Okay, so as some of you will be aware, unfortunately, on the 21st of September, around 2 weeks ago now, we got this immediate release statement from TellTale Games, which says today TellTale Games made the difficult decision to begin a majority studio closure following a year marked by insurmountable challenges. A majority of the company's employees were dismissed earlier this morning, with a small group of 25 employees staying on to fulfill the company's obligations to its board and partners. CEO Pete Hawley issued the following statement. It's been an incredibly difficult year for TellTale as we work to set the company on a new course. Unfortunately, we ran out of time trying to get there. We released some of our best content this year and received a tremendous amount of positive feedback, but ultimately that did not translate to sales. With a heavy heart, we watch our friends leave today to spread our brand of storytelling across the games industry. TellTale will issue further comments regarding its product portfolio in the coming weeks. So what happened then? On the 21st of September, they issued this tweet for immediate release. So it was obviously to get the attention of all of their fans and probably business partners and whatnot. It seemed like it had been coming for quite a long time as well, to be honest, because they announced last year that they had to release around 90 members of the staff at TellTale, which is around 25%, which was in November 2017. And the ex-CEO and co-founder Kevin Bruner was also relieved from his position in March 2017. If you guys don't know who Kevin Bruner is, there is a handsome image of his face on screen now. Now, he's believed to be the final nail in the coffin that caused majority of the damage at TellTale Games. With his toxic management skills and his fake lawsuit against TellTale, we'll get into that in just a second.
What'd you do?
So we've got a report from The Verge here which says, as we knew on the 21st of September at TellTale Games, there was nothing to suggest the day would be any different from any other. The second episode of The Walking Dead, the final season, would ship the following week. Developers across multiple teams were busy with plans for in-progress titles, but only hours later, 250 people would find themselves with no job, no severance, no health insurance that would be gone by month's end, in just 9 days that was. The woes of TellTale Games have deep roots. Earlier this year, The Verge published a report detailing years of non-stop crunch culture, toxic management, and frustration from developers who believe the company's refusal to diversify gameplay had led to creative stagnation. After the company dismissed controversial co-founder and CEO Kevin Bruner in March 2017, former Zynga SVP and GM of games Pete Hawley stepped in as TellTale's CEO in September. Then in November, as previously mentioned, November 2017, 90 employees, roughly 25% of TellTale at that time, was then laid off. Although those employees were granted pay till the end of 2017 and given time to say goodbye to their friends, the hundreds impacted by this September 2018 layoffs were not so lucky. Former employees who spoke to The Verge say they were asked to leave the building within 30 minutes lack of severance meant that countless developers living in paycheck to paycheck and week to week basis in the pricey Bay Area as well were left with no way to pay their rent. Many were devastated by the impending loss of healthcare for them and their families. Employees on work visas may soon be forced to leave the country. And other sources say that at least in one instance, one employee had recently relocated across the country to take this recent job at TellTale's, and other employees had started as recently as that week. So we know they was having some financial difficulties, as they mentioned earlier in one of their statements, with the sales not translating into pre-orders and whatnot, so they didn't get as many sales as they hoped. So they was obviously struggling financially. Then to make it worse, more than a year after his expulsion, the CEO of TellTale Games, co-founder and former CEO Kevin Bruner, is suing the game development company, according to the Marin Independent Journal. The suit seeking recovery of financial damages is being described by TellTale as meritless and an apparent means of extracting revenge on a company already under financial strain. Rather than owing Bruner money, the lawsuit is comprised of baseless and careless accusations and petty revenge, says TellTale. TellTale is best known for its resurrection of episodic adventure games. Its work has included the critically acclaimed take on The Walking Dead, as well as the original stories based on HBO's Game of Thrones and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Although the court filings have been redacted to ensure confidentiality and financial privacy, Bruner alleges that the company was obligated by contract to give him informational support as he prepared to sell his holdings in common and preferred stock. He also says that the company cut off communications just as he was preparing to sell those holdings, according to the lawsuit. The net effect of Bruner's alleged removal from the board of directors was that Bruner was deprived of relevant insight into the management and financial state of TellTale and the value of its shares. Bruner, who took over as CEO in 2015, has been widely recognised as a controversial figure. The Verge previously spoke to several sources with direct knowledge of the company's inner workings and how it was plagued under Bruner's leadership by constant crunch, toxic management practices, and a culture of fear and stagnation that he himself had cultivated. According to TellTale, the company is now working to turn around the decline that it experienced under the plaintiff's stewardship. A TellTale representative told The Verge that its company has no more comments to share at this time and is ongoing in the legal matter. Kevin Bruner had this to say, which I think is absolutely ridiculously cheeky, and I can't even believe he's got the gall to say it, to be honest, but he said it, so I'm going to read out Kevin Bruner's statement. Today is a very, very sad day. I left TellTale a year ago, and after the extended period where the board of directors and I had very different versions of TellTale's future and how we might get there, that was one of the hardest times of my professional life. But in the end, the company is controlled by its board of directors, and I respected their decisions throughout. As a co-founder, I take an enormous amount of pride that we were able to build the kind of games that I am immensely passionate about creating, exploring, evolving, and perfecting, if that's even possible. We built a significant new brand, helped define a new genre, and thrived for more than a decade. We pursued projects that no one else would consider: The Walking Dead, Tales from the Borderlands, The Wolf Among Us, Batman, Minecraft, Puzzle Agent, Poker Night, and Sam Max are the kind of projects I personally loved, and I poured my heart and soul into each one. Those are the kind of projects no other publisher or studio would touch. We chose to venture where others dared not go. We found some success along the way. It took a lot of vision, luck, willpower, teamwork, talent, and very long days and nights to get there, but it will forever have been worth it. We did it all the while growing, attracting some of the most talented people I've ever known. We were equally passionate about making sure our employees always had a home prior to my leaving. We were able to avoid sweeping layoffs and somehow managed to ensure that we always had work for everyone. We worked hard and sometimes it seemed like we had more than we could handle, but we stuck together and forged ahead. Today I am mostly saddened for the people who are losing their jobs at a studio they love, and I'm also saddened at the loss of a studio that greenlit crazy ideas that no one else would consider. I'm comforted a bit knowing that there are now so many new talented people and studios creating games in the evolving narrative genre that I will look forward to those games and new developments and continuing to contribute. I will always find a TellTale game to have been a unique offering. I know that TellTale will be remembered fondly for what it has done best. Kevin, co-founder. Well, Kevin, let me start by saying you are a majority of the cause of this problem. You have caused all of your so-called friends to lose their jobs. Not only their jobs, but some of them will be losing their homes. As are said in the statements that we read out, some of them literally only moved there that week from the other side of the United States. This is really, really tragic in my opinion. I will for sure miss TellTale. I love all of the TellTale series. I've played pretty much every game that they have touched, even the ones that they was co-developing, like Life is Strange and stuff like that. I love pretty much everything that TellTale's done, and I will always be thankful for the games that it's given us. I hope the developers do manage to find work, but I would imagine they are very, very talented individuals, and I really do hope that they manage to find themselves some work or land on their feet somehow, or even that we could maybe somehow get them a little quick revive soda and get them banging games out again. But unfortunately, it does look like they're going to be closing. They did keep 25 members of staff on to fulfill any contracts or board of directors obligations, as they said in the statement. They also believe to have sacked some of those. Now, there was a girl called Rachel who worked as one of those 25, and she had been let go. But there was some confusion over whether it was the whole 25 and not just a few. But they have confirmed that they've kept a few staff on to finish The Walking Dead. So we will be getting The Walking Dead episode 3 and 4. I think episode 3 comes out on the 5th of November or something like that. And I would imagine episode 4 won't be very far behind it. They have confirmed this with a few tweets and stuff. So at the very least, we know we will be getting The Walking Dead completed. If I had my way, guys, we would need the wolf. Does anybody know who the wolf is? I'm going to show you guys a clip of the wolf. We're going to need this guy for Kevin.
How much the wolf? I solve problems.
Good, we got one.
So I heard. May I come in?
Yeah, please do.
If you do what I say, when I say it, should be plenty. Now, you got a corpse in a car, minus the head in a garage. Take me to it. About the car, is there anything I need to know? Does it stall? Does it smoke? Does it make a lot of noise? Is there gas in it? Anything?
Aside from how it looks, the car's cool.
Positive. Don't get me out there on the road and I find out the brake lights don't work.
Hey, man, as far as I know, the motherfucker's tip-top.
Good enough. Let's go back to the kitchen. Okay, first thing, you two. Take the body, stick it in the trunk. Now, Jimmy, this looks to be a pretty domesticated house. That would lead me to believe that in the garage, you're under the sink, you got a bunch of cleaners and cleansers and shit like that?
Yeah, Mr. Wolf, under the sink.
Good. All you two fellas to do is take those cleaning products and clean the inside of the car. I'm talking fast, fast, fast. You need to go in the back seat, scoop up all those little pieces of brain and skull. Get it out of there. Wipe down the upholstery. Now, when it comes to upholstery, you don't need to be spick and span. You don't need to eat off it. Just give it a good once-over. What you need to take care of are the really messy parts. The pools of blood that I've collected, you gotta soak that shit up. Now, Jimmy, we need to raid your linen closet. I need blankets, I need comforters, I need quilts, I need bedspreads. The thicker the better, the darker the better. No whites. Can't.
So Mr. Wolf is a badass, as you can see. He gets stuff done, guys. He gets stuff done. But yeah, as far as The Walking Dead and stuff goes, we will be still uploading the continuation of the story. I'll have links in the description for episode 1 and 2 if you guys haven't managed to see it. Overall, I think it's an accumulation of bad management. Maybe some of the staff have got to the point where they're not very productive, and that's why the first lot was let go, maybe. Or maybe it was a change needed to try and improve things. But I think it's an accumulation of several things, and Kevin Bruner being the final nail in the coffin. Let me know in the comments what you guys feel about the closure of TellTale Games, and whether you're going to miss the season 2 of Wolf Among Us and stuff like that, the Stranger Things, the Netflix series of Minecraft story that was coming up. All that stuff will be no more. But guys, as I said, hit me up in the comments, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, click the little notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and until next time guys, I've been Lethal Apollo, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bye, have a great time.